Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from TaniMakmur Integrated Agriculture System project. We'll explain our project management plan. But first of all, let me introduce our team members. My name is Rizky Putra Pradhana Budiman, and my team members will be Herlangga Satria Mulia Pewana and Nugroho Mukti. But unfortunately, Nugroho Mukti cannot explain the project management plan because he has some network issues that occurred on his region. But don't worry, Herlangga Satria and myself will explain the project management plan. I will explain the introductions, project management approach, project scope, milestone list, schedule baseline, and work breakdown structure, and change management plan. The rest of the project management plan will be explained by Herlangga Satria. And let's continue to the first chapter, introductions. Based on world continental agricultural events, many people still face difficulties towards agricultural trades and its traditional system that is applied in society. E-agriculture, according to the FAO, an emerging field referring to agricultural services, technology dissemination, and information delivered or enhanced through the internet or related technologies. The concept aims to improve communication and learning processes between the actors involved in agriculture. E-agriculture can, for example, be about delivering agricultural information and knowledge services, such as market prices and extension services, directly to farmers via smartphones or other mobile devices. And the next chapter will be project management approach. The project manager has the overall authority and responsibility for managing and executing this project according to this plan and its subsidiary management plans. The project team will consist of personnel from the coding group, quality control assurance group, technical writing group, and testing group. The project manager will work with all resources to perform project planning. All project and subsidiary management plans will be reviewed and approved by the organizational managers. Any delegation of approval authority to the project manager should be done in writing and be signed by both the organizational managers and project manager. The project team will be a matrix in that team members from each organization continue to report to their organizational management throughout the duration of the project. The project manager is responsible for communicating with organizational managers on the progress and performance of each project resource. The approach that this project will take is agile management approach, specifically XP approach or extreme programming. We take this approach because it suits perfectly with our team and our project software engineering. And the next chapter will be project scope. The scope of TaniMakmur project includes planning, design, development, testing, and transition of the TaniMakmur software package. This application will meet or exceed government software standards and additional requirements established in Project Charter. This project will be partially outsourced from Asian countries such as India and China. The scope of TaniMakmur project will not include any changes on hardware system requirements, OS requirements, and future updates. The project will be complete when the development of TaniMakmur and the documentation is fully executed and the transition from the conventional agriculture system to TaniMakmur agriculture system is implemented. And the next chapter will be milestone list, and here are the milestones that we have achieved so far until today. The first milestone will be complete user stories gathering that was completed on 28th of February. And the next milestone will be complete system architecture design that is completed in 7th March, and flowchart design that is completed in software application and flowchart design that is completed in 25th of March. And the next one will be schedule baseline and work breakdown structure. The work breakdown structure for TaniMakmur app is made of work packages which do not exceed 36 hours of work but at least 5 hours of work. Work packages are made through internal meetings and agreement between team members, project managers, organizational managers, and stakeholders. The work breakdown structure dictionary defines all work packages for TaniMakmur app. These definitions include all tasks, resources, and deliverables. Every work package in the WBS is defined in the work breakdown structure dictionary and will aid in resource planning, task completion, and ensuring deliverables meet project requirements. The schedule was completed and approved by organizational managers and stakeholders. The schedule will be maintained by using Trello Kanban style list by TaniMakmur project manager. Any updates or added requirements included in the scope will be implemented by project manager after the approval from organizational managers. And here are the work breakdown structure. As you can see, it is unusual for you to see the work breakdown structure like this because it is implemented with agile management approach. The first one will be exploration phase, that is divided into gathering user stories and system architecture design. And the next one will be planning phase, that is divided into release planning and modeling. And the next one will be iterations, that is divided into iteration planning and development. The iterations will responsible for the development of the project itself, the development of the program itself. So this program will be launched in small release packages, small iterations, rather than a big packages. The small iterations will include software updates, bugs, bug fixes, and new features, new small features. And the last one will be productionizing, that is divided into testing and documentation. The productionizing phase will be the final phase that before the software launch. And the last one that I will explain is change management plan. The following steps comprise for all projects and will be utilized on the TaniMakmur project. The first step will be identify the need for a change. The requester will submit a completed change request form to the project manager. The second step will be log change in the change request register. The project manager will maintain a log of all change requests to the duration of the project. The third step will be conduct an evaluation of the change. The project manager will conduct an evaluation of the impact of the change to cost, risk, schedule, and scope. The actor will be project manager, project team, and the requester itself. The fourth step will be submit change request to change control board or CCB. The project manager will submit the change request and analysis to the CCB for review. And the fifth step will be change control board decision. The CCB will discuss the proposed change and decide whether or not it will be approved based on all submitted information. The sixth step or the final step will be implement the change by the project manager. If a change is approved by the CCB, the project manager will update and rebaseline project documentation as necessary, as well as ensure any changes are communicated to the team and stakeholders. Any team member or stakeholder may submit a change request for the TaniMakmur project. One of the TaniMakmur organizational managers will chair the CCB, and any changes to project scope, cost, or schedule must meet his approval. All change requests will be logged in the change control register by the project manager and tracked through to completion, whether approved or not. And that's all that I will be explained from the project management plan, and the rest of the project management plan will be explained by Herlangga Satria, my team member. Herlangga Satria, time is yours.
Okay, right now we were going to explore and learn about our communication management plan in TaniMakmur, and right here, my name is Herlangga Satria Mulia Pewana, and I'm one of the contributors of this project. So, okay, let's start. Right now, the project need many things to do, and from the beginning we need to know and we need to have a meeting for the kickoff, which mean the first things to do in every project like regular. So right here, the first thing first, the kickoff meeting, we introduce the project team and especially the project itself, and then reviewing the current TaniMakmur objective and approach. So based on every single offers that we offer to the actors from the agricultural section, we need to convince them by review and then describe the object. And then the format is soft copy of the started archive project of the TaniMakmur sim, and then we only do it once for this project. Then the audience is the stakeholders, which is the people who have some assets in our project. Then the project team, and then the leader or the owner is the project manager itself. The medium is face to face, which means we need to uh, lively going face to face in a certain amount of time. So it will deliver agenda and then meeting minutes. Meeting minutes means it will be some sequential meeting for a slightly short time amount of time. So right now we're moving to the project manager team. Review status with the internal team. Still the same, and we do it weekly because we need the update from the project manager. And then the project team will be the main course that will do as an audience. And we were adaptive, so we can face to face like a normal conference, or we can just online. We can do online conference call. And the delivery thing is agenda, meeting minutes, and project schedule. So in here, we need to explain the project schedule, especially for the total project timeline. Right. Next, the technical design projection. Discuss and develop technical design solution for the project, which means it's kind of similar like the design. I mean, like building the app itself, and then managing all sort of the things, the UI and the experience based on the user. So the meeting is not quite important, but it's needed. For example, like if there's a certain amount of time that we need to like revisions or like adding more graphical interface, we need that. So the in charge in this section is the project technical staff for the audience, and then technical design team for the lead, and so on. So it's still face to face and deliver the agenda meeting minutes. Only project meetings. Report of the current status of the project management. Still soft copy, and we do it monthly because we were still in developing mode. So, and the audience is PMO, and the one who's in charge is project manager. We still using face to face, and we deliver some slide updates from the first presentation that we do in the first place, which is the kickoff meeting. So after that, we return to the project schedule, then we go to the daily meeting for the next time. Reviewing daily work as its obstacle achieve daily goals. The soft copy of the archive project with the TaniMakmur app seen daily. And we do it daily, project stakeholder, project manager, and online conference, and we were delivered the work progress, which means the daily progress of uh, the project. It's like the Scrum Master, so we need to report it every day. And then obstacle report, which means like if there's a obstacle between the progress, we should take a break and have things to minimize the obstacle. And then the next is newsletter. Deliver the newest information about agricultural tips and management. We do it weekly. We were uh, explained by marketing manager, and then the audience is stakeholder. We deliver it through emails, which is there's a news attachment for every week. It's like a weekly update for tips and tricks for the actors and our projects. Okay, the next is project status meeting. Is the report of the status project including activities, progress, and costs and issues. We do it per in period time. So there's a the in charge person is project manager, and then the audience is project team. So after that, we deliver through email, and then it will contains the project status report and project schedule. So the last thing is the feedback review, which is the report user experience and usability of the project output. It's the post developing project, so it will determine if our project is good or not good or just normal. So we can conclude that the rating from the users monthly. So the lead is the project manager and the audience is marketing manager. We do it the online conference, and it will update the slide and project review reports sent through the email and online conference. Okay. This communication management plan sets the communication framework for TaniMakmur project. It will serve as a guide communication throughout the life of the project and will be updated communication requirement change. This plan identifies and defines the role of TaniMakmur project team members of the day pertain to communications. It also includes the communication metric which map communication requirements of this project and communication conduct for meeting and other form of communication. A project team also provide the contact information for all stakeholders directly involved in the project. Okay, the next is cost management plan. The project management will be responsible for managing reporting and project costs through the duration of the project. And then the project will be presented the review the cost performance during the monthly project status meeting using the earned value calculation and responsibility for accounting for cost deviation and presenting the project sponsor with option for getting the project on the budget. All budget authority and decision to budget change reside the TaniMakmur project sponsor. For TaniMakmur project, control account will be created at the fourth level of our VBS, which is where the cost performance will be managed and tracked. Financial progress of the TaniMakmur project will be measured through earned value calculation pertaining the projection account. Work start work package will grant at the work package with 50%, whereas the remaining 50% is credited upon the completion of the all work. That work package cost may rounded to the neutral work hours rounded near whole hour. Okay, next we go to the procurement management plan. So The management plan will provide the oversight of management of all procurement activities under this project. The project is authorized to approve all procedure action up to $50,000. Any procurement actions exceeding this amount must be approved by the project sponsor. So while project case requires a minimal no procurement, in the event procurement is required, the project manager will work at the project team and identify all items and services to be procured for successful completion of the project. In the event procurement becomes necessary, the project manager will be responsible for the management any selected vendor or external resource. The project manager will also measure performance as it relates to the vendor providing necessary good or service and communicate to these purchasing contract groups. So the next is project scope management plan. Project scope management plan for TaniMakmur will be sole responsibility of the project manager. The scope will project define the scope statement, work breakdown or VBS, and the VBS dictionary. The project management sponsor stakeholder will establish the approvement of documentation measuring project scope, which includes deliverable, quality, checklist, and work performance measurement. Proposed scope change might initiated by project manager, stakeholder, and member of the project team. All change requests will be submitted to the project manager, who will evaluate request scope change. Upon acceptance of the scope change request, the project manager will submit the scope change to the change control board and project sponsor for acceptance. Upon approval of scope change by the change control board, project sponsor, the project manager will update all project documents and communicate scope change to all stakeholders. So the current TaniMakmur directional scope is aiming to be the partner alongside the actor of the agricultural environment, improving the system toward our latest technology to make sure that every actor can relate and bring wealthiness towards the humanity and simplicity of the Industrial Revolution 4.0. Okay, the schedule management plan. Project schedule for TaniMakmur project will be created. Starting with the deliverable, identify the project's VBS. Activity definition will identify the specified work package must be performed to be complete each deliverable. Activity sequencing will be the determinant of the order of work and assign relationship between project activities. Activity duration estimating will be used to calculate the number of work periods required complete to work progress. Resourcing estimated it will be used assign resource to work package in order to complete schedule development. Then next we going to the final from the quality management plan. All members of the TaniMakmur project team will be play as role as quality management. It is imperative that the team ensure that work is complete and adequate level of quality from the individual work package to the final project deliverable. The following are quality roles and responsibility for the TaniMakmur project. The project sponsor responsible for approving all quality standards for TaniMakmur project. The project sponsor will review all project tasks and deliverables to ensure compliance with established and approved quality standards. Additionally, the project sponsor will sign off the final acceptance of the project deliverable. And the quality specialists are responsible for working the project manager to develop and implement the quality plan. And then quality specialists will recommend tools and methodologies for tracking quality and standard established acceptance quality levels. The quality specialist will be created and maintain quality control assurance log throughout the project. And then the quality assurance for the TaniMakmur project will be ensure that all projects used in the completion of the project meet capable quality standards. this process standard in place to maximize project efficiency and minimal waste. Okay, that's all from me, and I'm sorry that uh, Troy Nugroho cannot join the presentation because they have some internet issues on their home. So uh, it will end right here. So thank you guys for listening to me, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.